Ed, a very interesting question because, globally, if you look at large financial institutions, they are in different tiers. So we see different spectrum of them coming up now, like neobanks, challenger banks, digital banks. But a lot of traditional banks still continue, and there are about almost in every market there are a significant number of banks which are running. But if you look at it, most of them have spanned a long period of time in the market, in the industry, averaging over anywhere between 15 to even some of them being as close as 100 plus years. Even in our own country, we have some examples like those. So, and as IT started getting introduced into these financial institutions, the spectrum of the application spread, which is where your question, answering your point in terms of analyzing my application portfolio, they have a wide plethora of applications that we have today. They kind of spread as late as the legacy application 30, 40 years ago to some of the real, the modern stuff that we are talking about. So they have a mix of all these applications. And once you understand the application spread in your different business area and the financial or your institution on the whole, then the problem is, how do you then solve for the business demand that you're trying to do, the objectives that you're trying to analyze? So firstly, it's very important to understand your application portfolio, the spectrum of the application, the technology spread that you have from the new age technology to some of the legacy that you have. And what are the customers, what kind of objectives and what kind of SLAs are we servicing? It's very important to understand this dimension. So, and hence it's very important to use methods and approach and technology to analyze this and constantly monitor this. So the best way to monitor this, and we being in this industry for a significant amount of time and having serviced most of the players globally, the important element that's been coming up, of course, in the last 15, 20 years, data has been very prevalent. The maturity of the data within the organizations have been improving. We had data warehouse, we had data lake, now we are talking data science, and data is moving. So data has become very pertinent to anything that we do. And picking the intelligence is going to be how mature are you as an organization. And from FSS, what we do is we have been building the data-driven product architecture, which helps for you to analyze the whole business flow that's happening within your systems, within your organization. And most often when you analyze these processing that are happening across the technology spread that we talked about, you would definitely understand those bottlenecks that are actually constraining the flow. And it